to kill. I'm an assassin up all night, drinking and dancing. Look my way, I'm gonna take you down.
That's a simulation, of course, but Victor's M5X MP3 player really does sound amazing in studio headphones. Granted, I'm playing a 16-bit FLAC, not an MP3, but studio headphones are not friendly in any way to bad consumer sound. Consumer headphones like Beats are made to flatter whatever they play. Studio headphones are designed to be highly articulate to expose any flaws in the sound so you can fix it before the world hears it. Remarkably, even under that kind of scrutiny, the $30 M5X sounds great. So now the question is, who in 2020 is this little MP3 player for? Audiophiles like me? Sure. But who else in a world of 2020 smartphones should want this? By the way, a quick note, a couple things I'm doing that are helping the quality of the sound. This headset is corded, not Bluetooth. The Bluetooth in the M5X is as good as Bluetooth in anything, I suppose. But if you really care about high quality sound, today's Bluetooth isn't going to be your jam. So the headphone jack in the M5X gives it a leg up over most of today's flagship smartphones. Also, I'm playing a FLAC, not an MP3. The quality difference is enormous. If you stream Spotify or Apple Music and the sound is fine for you, you're probably going to be fine with MP3s and may not notice a big difference. And while I'm on the subject of FLACs, you should note that the M5X plays back 16-bit FLACs. It will not play back 24-bit FLACs, which these days are mostly for professional uses anyway. So back to the question at hand. Who might want the M5X? A quick look at the feature list might help us answer that. Charging this for an hour and a half gives you 16 hours of playback via Bluetooth, or 45 hours without Bluetooth. So yeah, someone who's snow skiing or skateboarding or something like that, where you have a long day, where you want to listen to a lot of music but you wouldn't want to risk draining your phone's battery, might want this. It has 16 gigabytes of memory built in, expandable to 128 gigabytes via micro SD card. So someone who wants to carry around a large library of music, especially where they don't have good cell connection, might want this. Its Bluetooth version is 4.1, so you can only pair one set of speakers or one set of earbuds at a time. It plays videos, sort of. It shows still pictures, sort of. It allows you to read text file ebooks, sort of. The screen's a little small for those sorts of things. It has a pedometer. Unless you're really desperate, you're never going to want to use those features. There's a built-in FM radio tuner, so I might listen to sports on it, maybe some news. I just honestly don't listen to FM radio all that much in 2020. I do use the handy memo recording feature. A little quicker to use than recording memos on my phone simply because it requires fewer taps.
Remember to mention the voice memo feature.
I tried using it to play back podcasts. It works fine, but my phone downloads and queues up my podcasts, so podcasts might be a little easier on my phone. That said, the other day I had a JBL Bluetooth speaker and both my phone and the M5X with me when I went swimming. Both were loaded with the same podcast since I was mid-testing, and I opted to use the M5X because it was quicker to get up and going. It worked perfectly. It might have been the novelty of it. We'll have to see if I do that regularly. The M5X has a built-in speaker, but it doesn't seem any better than the one on my phone. The speaker's handy for checking things, but I wouldn't listen to it for very long. It's really lightweight at approximately 1.6 ounces. It has a stopwatch and, more importantly for me, a sleep timer. The build quality is good, the metal case feels solid in the hand, and tapping the power button locks out the touch surface so you aren't changing the song every time it gets bumped in your pocket. I might get one of these for a child who isn't ready for a phone. An iPod is nearly $200 these days, so if a kid lost one of these, even a few of these first, while still learning to be more responsible and aware, it might be quite a savings. Of course, the interface is a bit more janky than an iPod, and it doesn't do games or play YouTube and so on. So to wrap it up, the M5X is probably for people who need a headphone jack because they like their music to sound really good. Me. People who want to listen for many hours and don't want to risk draining their phone's battery. People who want to carry a large library of music, who might not always have a strong cell connection. People who record a lot of voice memos. Me. And people who are too young for a cell phone and not yet ready for the responsibility of a $200 iPod. And those are my thoughts on the M5X from Victor.
It's now or never. I've got your number. I'm just a love automatic.
Did that look okay? Did that look like I was actually listening to music?
Stop being so needy. And no, we're not cutting that to the beat. It's not funny to the beat. It looks like you're trying to be in the Breakfast Club, and it's sad.
You know you have this mic so close to my face that if I move an inch, it feels like I'm going to be impaled.
We've secretly replaced Dad's regular mic with a chef's knife.
What was I saying? I've totally lost my train of thought.
I like that you think I was listening to any of that.